I'm Carson. I'm Levitate's Product Operations Manager, and today I'm going to be going over our releases from July. We have a lot going on, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. First, we have an automation enhancement for searching and filtering within automations. So if you have a lot of automations or a lot of users or both, you can search by the name of the automation here. And then you can also search by the creator of the automation. Next, there are two new kinds of steps that you can add to an automation. The first is sending an HTML newsletter. What you'll do here is create an HTML newsletter like usual using our HTML editor through campaigns. And once you've created that, you'll be able to select a template that you've already created and send that as an automation step. Just like with regular HTML newsletters, that'll either go out through your provider or through your custom Levitate HTML newsletter domain to send. It's just based on your settings. Another new option we have with automation steps is to create an opportunity as an automation step. It works really well, especially if you have a meeting that might lead to a financial opportunity or a business deal. So with that meeting reminder automation, you can create an opportunity when they book the meeting, after you have the meeting, or even the day of the meeting. It gives you options to center it around that meeting day. You can also center it around, when a tag is added to a contact, or even manually through a manual automation. The automation itself will allow you to choose the opportunity board it's associated with, the stage of the opportunity board. So this might be like an onboarding stage or a first meeting stage. And you can also assign the dollar amount to the opportunity, since the opportunity board does track financial and business deals within Levitate just for ease of access. But that is a quick way to save a little time and not have to go in and manually add folks to an opportunity board every time you have a meeting. And finally, our manual automations have a new setting as well. Our renewal automations do this automatically. It is the ability to send an automation to contacts that are marked with the unsubscribe tag. For the most part, that unsubscribe tag applies to marketing and marketing outreach only. With the Can Spam Act, you're allowed to send emails that are transactional to folks, even if they have unsubscribed from your marketing emails. So just like with renewal emails, where a renewal is a transaction, you can create a manual automation that allows you to send to unsubscribed contacts. And this just allows a little more freedom outside of the renewal use case to send automations to folks of a transactional nature. In Levitate, you may find yourself reaching out to the same groups over and over. So to save those groups, especially if they have multiple tags or a lot of filters to get to that group, you can apply the filters in contacts, hit Save Search here up in the menu bar, and save the search. So when you go to create an email campaign and want to reach out to that specific group again, you'll see it in the sidebar here to choose that group of contacts and reach out to them in one click. When creating an email campaign in Levitate, one of the most important parts is sending yourself a test just to know what it looks like to your recipients. Now, when you send a test, it won't just go directly to you. You can either choose it to go to yourself or another user. So here, if I choose Crystal and send test email, the draft email will go to her instead of me, the person creating the email. In Levitate, we've added a few updates to our texting and text reporting capabilities. The first is simple but really effective. So now you can go to the texting modal in Levitate, choose the three dots beside a contact, and mark the text as unread. For me, someone who clicks into my text messages way too often before I'm ready to respond, this is a huge deal because the notification will show back up and remind you to get back to that text in a timely manner. The next texting update is in texting report. So you'll go to reporting from the sidebar menu, choose texting report, and then if you're a super admin on the account, you're now able to export all text messages. So this will be every text campaign, every text automation step, and every one-on-one text between all the numbers on your account. Just a good way to be able to download all of that texting data in one click. Just like with our automation filtering, we've added filtering on the content calendar as well. So now you can filter by user on the content calendar. It could be content that's just scheduled for me, and you can do this between email, social media, and blogs. And you can also search and filter by the status of content. So you can look at content that's just pending, that's scheduled, that has been sent, or that's been canceled. You can also just show everything and take a look at it all. Levitate knows how important it is to keep track of your Google reviews and testimonials from clients. Now we have a specific Google reviews report and reporting that you can access. This will show all the reviews you've gotten, and you can filter them by ones that you've replied to, ones that you haven't replied to, and even when you click in here, you'll see the full comment and be prompted to create a social media post using that Google review. You can also check out the average stars that you've received from your reviews and search by name or reply. If you're using social media and need to add a disclaimer or license number when you're posting, we have a new feature for social media signatures where you can add a disclaimer that will show up on every single post that you make through Levitate. To make this change, you can go into settings, choose social media, and there's a new checkbox here where you can enter your disclaimer, and that will show up on every social media post you make. You'll save it here. And then every time you post through Levitate, that will be added to the bottom of the text of the content. Now with Levitate event surveys, you have the opportunity to create a paid event with ticketing and payment options through Stripe. Stripe is a third-party processor that Levitate uses to allow our users to collect payments for events. So to create an event that is a paid event, you'll go in, create the event survey under event registration, enter the details that you need, and set an event cost. You can set this as much as you want or as little as you want, but it's one payment across the board for every attendee. And if they have +1s, you can ticket that as well. So here, I'm just gonna make an event that is paid for, add a date and time. And once you save that event, you can take a look at it. And when your invitees RSVP and say yes, they'll be prompted to buy a ticket. It shows the ticket price, and it will also give them some options for payment. In surveys, we've also added a small enhancement that I think will save a lot of time for folks doing a lot of surveys and events. But here, when you go in, you're able to now click these 3 buttons and not just edit or delete, but you can also duplicate an entire survey without going through the motions of typing everything in twice. So just a quick way to save some time when wanting to duplicate a survey. One final update, when you are going to write a new email, you may have noticed that we've updated our font list. Due to very popular demand, we've added a few new fonts just to update your ability to customize your emails and make them feel more like you when you're sending them to your clients and your contacts. That's it for now. We hope these updates make your Levitate experience even better. As always, we love your feedback and can't wait to bring you more new updates and features to Levitate. Thanks for watching.